yeah, that is really good news that Mr. Partridge has been in touch with you about the 5.1.
The 5.1, yeah.
That's
yeah.
gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So this album, I love this album. This really, there's something about this album. I've just listened to it so many times in various states of my life, and it's always been there from a really good friend. You know?
Do you know what's great about that record?
I know a lot of things that are great about it, but
The main thing for me is about that record, why it's great, is it's the songs.
yeah.
Start with the songs.
You can't beat those.
You can't beat those, yeah. Then when you add all the other stuff, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's me or Joe Blow playing the drums, but you start with the songs.
Well, I think
and
you
then
do yourself a bit of a
there.
disservice
No,
in that the arrangements on the thing I love about this, and what I love the way you brought to my record too, is the musicality of your drum parts on things like My Bird Performs. You know, and obviously you've got, is that like Dave Gregory playing that ding 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 ding, or is that Andy?
I can't.
Sounds
I think
like
it's Dave.
Yeah, it sounds like
I think. I
Dave's
can't
thing.
remember. I'm not too sure.
But the way you work against that rhythmically, it sets such a beautiful foundation for this pastoral arrangement that's happening over top of it, you know. And Dear Madam Barnum is just, if you'll remember in the studio, I made you play that.
Oh, the press
roll.
roll. Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Right. The press roll that goes into. I think. I'm fairly sure this is the Ugly Underneath.
Oh, okay.
snare. Yeah, it's got that real ping to it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
When I tweet, can you show the snare to the camera there?
This is a 19.
Maple?
No, that's a maple veneer. It's a long story short for the drum geeks out there. It's an early 60s Ludwig downbeat 14x4 that used to have a wrap finish, a plastic wrap finish. And in my youthful ignorance, I thought, I don't like that colour, and I gave it to a drum guy, and I said, can you put a veneer on it?
Oh, wow.
And he put this bird's eye maple veneer, and I put it back together, and it sounds the way it does. And this is a classic case of a drum that I don't think I've changed the heads or the snare wires or anything on it in something like 20 or 25 years. Every time I think, maybe I'll check. It's not broke.
Right.
Don't fix it. So it's exactly the same. It's got the same heads, the same snare wires as it was when I used it on that record.
And I don't understand most of what you just said, but does that mean it's vegan?
What does? What means vegan?
Hit it for us, right?
Yeah.
Hit it for us.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
You can hear that. It's got that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I mean, I could bore your readers to death telling them about the shell construction, but it's blah blah blah. It's got a real
sound.
It's got a sound. It's got a real personality to it, which is something. It sounds pretty conventional in the middle, but when you go out to the edge.
And this is the snare that you used on Marianne on my record, which
Yes.
I think really just made, there was something about it that was very inspiring when we were tracking, and I felt like, wow.
It's a cool sound. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, in mixing, I noted
Yeah.
that you snuck a China cymbal onto my record, you dirty swine.
I
There's a total...
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you? Well, you know the secret to that?
No.
The secret to that is A, choose the Chinese symbol carefully, and B, don't hit it all the friggin' time.
Right. There's only one.
Oh yeah, well there's only one or two hits.
We were mixing and I was like, oh!